Well, Vanessa, next we're going to move into, speaking of generations and places and place, and speaking about pronunciations. Stéphane Usseglio, Les Amandiers Vin de France, Rouge.
That was beautiful, but
Thank you.
I have a question though, because the name of the producer kind of sounds Italian.
It is. There's a root.
Oh.
So Stéphane's grandfather fled Italy during the Mussolini regime.
Oh, wow.
Settled in Châteauneuf-du-Pape to all of our advantage, because now his kids are making this amazing wine following the
Wow.
tradition and generational. But this is a very much centered in the Châteauneuf-du-Pape area with the galettes and the whole
The Mistral
terroir,
wind
the Mistral
going
winds.
through, yes.
Absolutely, and the Lacroix, right, which we were talking about.
Right, because I think half of the vineyards are in the Lieu D, or the single vineyard of Lacroix, right?
Which is made very famous by Veuve Telegraph and a number of names,
Exactly,
right?
one of my favorites, yep. And then I think the other half are actually sort of right across from the actual ruins of the new Castle of the Pope, which is what Châteauneuf-du-Pape is named for.
Absolutely. So super interesting.
Yeah.
The location, the history. The wine is composed of Grenache Blanc, Grenache Noir, a little bit of Syrah, a little more Mourvèdre as well, and some whites.
It's interesting because this property is in Châteauneuf-du-Pape, which is a very famous region, but this is labeled a Vin de France.
It is almost declassified, if I understand right, because of the varietal breakdown, right?
Because they use some grapes that aren't permitted
Exactly.
by wine law in the Châteauneuf-du-Pape region.
Which is one of the deepest and more intricate wine laws in the world, right?
And I think that's really interesting when you find producers who do that, because it means that they obviously they're in that region, they have a respect and a love for that region, but they want to do something a little bit that's unique to them. So
why not?
I like
very
that.
Italian of them. Very
Italian, exactly.
They
Well,
kept that root.
let's taste it.
Wow, aromatically beautiful. Some bramble, red roses.
Yeah, I was gonna say very floral, roses, lavender. I get on this,
Very feminine in some way.
and kind of like juicy red strawberry, very perfumed, right? And it has that kind of like texturally with Grenache, I always get this kind of like viscous mid-palate feel, kind of a roundness.
Yes.
Right?
Plum, a little like plum and juicy and red fruit.
Yeah.
Also a little bit of hint of chaparral and like herbal, like just a handful of herbs.
What's chaparral?
Oh, it's this like mountainside little trees
Oh,
and give it
yes.
this herbal component.
Yes, I know
like
exactly what you're talking
garrigue.
about.
if you will.
Garrigue, yes.
There you go. Very
I
pretty
love
wine.
this. What would Grandma pair with?
Wow.
this?
Well, Grandma would just throw a bunch of things in the pot, cook it overnight with vegetables, a little bit of tarragon,
Yeah.
some herbs, and just no recipe. Just throw stuff, cook it overnight, crack a bottle right about
Yeah.
noon, and everybody is very happy.
I
camper.
like that. I was going to say chili, so we
Oh,
were kind
there
of
you
on the
go.
same page.
Same, the slow cooking movement
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
idea. This wine really lends to that, and really delicious.
Well, we better get that started then. So.
Absolutely. We'll be ready tomorrow.
Cheers.
Cheers.